What up, y'all? What up? We're gonna talk about it. Motherfuckers being ready. Oh man. Oh man. What up? What up? What up? I'm a little bit late. I just woke up, literally. I just got back from Miami, man. Just woke up. What's up with you? I wonder what it looks like this way. Oh, orientation is locked. Okay. I see the homies coming in. The homies coming in. I just woke up. Just motherfucking woke up, man. Tired in a bitch, boy. I just got back from Miami, been turned up. Got back. As you can see, I'm in the truck. Just woke up in this motherfucker, man. First motherfucking live on the channel. So I said, yo, let me go ahead and go live. Get the homies in here, man. Thumb that motherfucker up if you ain't thumb it up yet. Right there up top, man. Thumb that hoe up for your boy. Fuck with the guy. You know what I'm saying? We here, man. Like, we here. We here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all asked. I'm doing the lives. I'm gonna be doing Q&A on Friday, and then lives, like real live streams on Saturday. But it's all good, man. I'm gonna do it all, man. I'm here for the homie, man. I'm a man's man. You feel me? So it's one of those situations where I want to say I appreciate everybody fucking with the page, man. We going in. Like I said, I just woke up, yo. Literally just woke up. Just got back to Atlanta. So I'm cooling, man. But yeah, what y'all got going? What y'all got going? What y'all got going in this motherfucker, man? Literally just woke up. I cut him, Patrick. It's time for a new energy, dub. Talking about what happened to him, motherfucker. Grown ass man asking me. Nigga, it's time for new energy. Pluto's trying to my midheaven right now. So when Pluto tries my midheaven, it's time to reinvent and create new energy. You know, it's trying to move with new energy. And if you're not familiar when the universe is trying to usher in new energy for you, then you'll just be left behind. But when you know when it's time to move and do certain things, then you'll do it, you know? You know when it's time to move. You know when it's time to grow. You know when it's time to transform. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it is. It's new energy. It's time to go forward. And that's exactly what, that's exactly what it is right now. So, but yeah, man, what y'all got going on? I read somewhere that every sperm has chakras. Is this true? The whole body of sperm is complete. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a seed. It's just like a seed that comes complete. Now, when you think of chakras, you got to understand chakras are energy centers. That's exactly what chakras are. So it's energy centers. So if you are a human being with energy centers and you would want a piece of sperm, then you will be able to contain the spark of life as well. You see what I'm saying? That vibrational frequency. You know what I mean? Somebody said, what are your thoughts on Chinese zodiac? I deal with all signs of the zodiac. Now, when it comes to Chinese zodiac, that's their form and culture, you know. And Chinese zodiac, I'm an ox. You know, I'm an ox. Now, when you understand the characteristics of the ox, then that would, constitute that under that particular school of thought in terms of Chinese astrology. Then a lot of that can come with it. Headstrong, stubborn. All of those things can come with it, right? But it goes a little bit deeper. But all astrology is all astrology has its place, and you know how to use it. Every single school of thought in astrology is totally different. I deal with cosmophysics, which is pretty much a little bit of every single type of astrology. So, I understand it all. 6A says, do you meditate? Hell yeah. You got to meditate out here, man. You got to meditate out here, man. You got to. Do you believe in, what are your thoughts on astral projection? I astral project a lot too. It's real. You're not your body. You know what I'm saying? Michael P, you're not your body. You know what I'm saying? You are a vessel. So if you contain light, you know what I'm saying? If you contain light, then you are that. You know what I'm saying? Don't motherfucking forget to hit the thumbs up. Right up top right there. Hit the motherfucking thumbs up. Hit the motherfucking thumbs up. It's 11 people in this bitch. It should be 11 motherfucking thumbs up. Appreciate that. I see 2 people done hit that motherfucker. I got a couple more to go. There you go. There you go. Fuck with the guy, man. This Godking TV, man. We bringing a different type of energy here, man. You know what I'm saying? This is my first live on YouTube, so let's keep on getting it. Do you believe in 13 sign astrology with a fucus? No, man. And if you understand astrology, man, it's funny because even on my YouTube page, on my Facebook page, me and my master teacher, Raku, we already debunked that. You know what I'm saying? If you think of a fucus as a sign, you're really only pulling from Scorpio and Sagittarius. Why would you pull from these signs to make a new sign? You know, it doesn't work that way. And besides, in terms of 13 sign, what body part does it correspond to, right? A fucus is nothing but Scorpio and Sagittarius. And people who deal with 13 sign astrology, they're pretty much only looking at it from a cosmological standpoint. They're not looking at it from, they're really trying to do astronomy with astrology. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I had a couple breakout and still want her in my life. I had a couple breakout. I still want her in my life, but I also want to work on my development. I'm anxious about seeing her somewhere. Blessings, bro. All right, so let me get this straight. You had a couple breakout. I'm trying to figure out if you mean, oh, you had a breakup. I think you had a couple breakups. Hold on. You had a couple breakups and you're anxious about seeing her somewhere. Man, don't worry about her, bro. Focus on living your best life. If you're in a good position, to be able to live your life, don't be worrying about what she doing, dog. The best thing you can do is focus on you, because if you're worried about what she doing, you're actually putting yourself in a prison, dog. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in a prison over what a female doing. Man, listen, when you get to a place within yourself when you learn to get comfortable with who you are, 2 things you realize when you get in any relationship, man. Any relationship. 2 things that you'll realize is this, and it's the most humbling thing, and it's not only just the most humbling thing, it's the most realistic thing. And what that is this: you can't control nobody, and nobody can control you. You can only control yourself. That's the most humbling thing to understand when you deal with anybody in a relationship, okay? You cannot control nobody, and nobody can control you. You can control your motherfucking self. That's about it. You can only control yourself. Now, when you understand that, it becomes very humbling to you. You see what I'm saying? It becomes very humbling to you, man. You know? So don't worry about what she's doing. Focus on your best life, man. You know? Focus on your best life. How do you meditate? Or can you make a video on it? So meditation, there's many different forms of meditation. The most concrete form of meditation, in terms of understanding what it is allowing yourself to let the communication between you and the divine happen. And what you want to do is, more than anything, is understand that communication with the divine or the universe, whatever you want to call it, it's about silence, being still, being able to see symbolism. Okay? The universe only speaks to you through signs, symbols, and situations. You want to be able to be still enough within your mind to channel exactly what you're hearing from the universe. Now, meditation can happen at many places. You don't just have to sit in one position, in one area, and be like, right? You want to be able to find yourself somewhere where you can be at peace. Because what peace really means is being able to be content with yourself, even amongst chaos. Even if you're amongst chaos, you want to find a way to be at peace. So meditation is all about trying to still the mind, in terms of you being able to be at a place of tranquility amongst peace and chaos at the same time. You see what I'm saying? It's a duality that you have to learn to get to. Do you listen to 432 hertz or 528? All of it. All of it. It's just about what you're feeling at different times. And like I said, every single frequency constitutes, when you're dealing with like binaural beats and things of that nature, it's at different times and how you may feel. what type of frequency you may be feeling like you on. You know what I'm saying? Can a man reach his full potential while being committed to a good woman? You just said the key word right there. Oh, I was timed out for 300 seconds. Oh, my bad. What the fuck did I do? I timed somebody out? How the fuck I do that? Oh, I gotta get used to this shit. My bad if I timed somebody out, yo. So, sorry, said. I don't know what the fuck happened, my boy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can a man reach his full potential while being committed to a good woman? Yeah. Now, the thing about women is this, man. You want to be able to utilize the feminine energy to reach your full potential anyway. Having a good woman around you is just the motivation. So you got to already have this within yourself that you want to be trying to reach your full potential. A woman is just the reminder and the motivation. Okay? That's what the feminine energy is. It's just the reminder and the motivation. Now, granted that you do find good women out here that do help you come along, because there's a lot of the times where you might need to be able to have somebody else kind of give you that little oomph, you know what I'm saying, to continue exactly where you're trying to go and what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's jumping this motherfucker, hit that motherfucking thumbs up. Thumbs up. 16 people in this motherfucker, 12 thumbs. 17 people in this bitch, thumbs up in this hoe. Thumb that hoe up. Thumb that hoe up. You feel me? Now, back to what I was saying. Appreciate y'all for real, man. I fuck with y'all, man. To go back to what Stephen was saying, you got to be able to understand that at the root of who you are, you want to be the best that you can be. It should be in your motherfucking heart to want to be that. Now, with that granted, the person who's going to have the most discipline or have to have the most discipline is going to be you. You know, so a woman is kind of like the reward as well as the motivation, if you understand what I'm saying. They're the reward as well as the motivation, because when you start to climb that particular ladder within yourself, right, then you'll understand exactly what we was talking about when I said in a post. Well, I said it in a post or in a comment, but I do want to touch on that too in terms of women being hypergamous. And it goes back to what I was saying. Women are naturally hypergamous, so you got to know that, right? Now, when you know that, you realize that it's not always about the money that the women become hypergamous about. It's about the man who has discipline, wisdom, and knowledge, right? So, if you understand that it's about discipline, wisdom, and knowledge, that the most successful man, or a man of power, right? A man of power, which is what women also constitute that as into status, then you'll realize that when you focus on having those things, those attributes about yourself, wisdom, discipline, and power, then everything works itself out for you. You know what I'm saying? Everything works out. It starts to work itself out. Patrick Avery said, what are your thoughts on Nature Boy? I think Nature Boy has or had a lot of potential to be very influential and successful, but I also do astrology, so I looked at his chart. And he's very confused, man. He's a very confused guy. He's very easily to be manipulative, but he's also very delusional, you know. But I think he had a lot of potential to really be somebody who can have a lot of influence and have some say that can actually help somebody. But at the same time, you know, every motherfucking man got to be able to go on his journey. And a motherfucker who don't be learning their lessons, you see it, they get dealt with. You know, niggas go through shit. And the thing about him going through the shit that he's going through, it's one of those situations where he's a grown-ass man. And to be able to have the mental capabilities that he do, he's not utilizing it the right way. Now, when I looked at his astrology chart, I looked at his natal chart, he's very motherfucking confused. But he also has the ability to divine, because he has strong Neptunian energy. He has the ability to divine, but he's not using that energy right. You know what I mean? You got to be able to move with the energy the right way, man. You got to be able to move with the spiritual energy the right way. I can't speak for everybody, right? I can't speak for everybody. Gotta keep water. I can't speak for everybody, but what I can say is this. When you're on a certain type of path, you got to be able to handle yourself a certain type of way. You got to be able to know that you're going to get tested along the way. So if you let pussy run you, or you doing this shit for the clout for the hoes and the women, and you doing any and everything to sabotage them, you're not dealing with some real shit. First of all, he's a moon in Cancer. I think he's a moon in Cancer or Mars in Cancer. I can't remember. I think he's a Cancer moon. So one thing you'll know about Nature Boy is he really doesn't feel too sure of his masculine energy. He'll talk that masculine shit to the women, but when he gets confronted by men, he'll cower. You know, he'll cower. And it's unfortunate that, you know, he has the potential, but he doesn't. You know, and that's him. You know, not to speak down or bad on him, but I looked at homie chart. You know, I'm on day 10 of NoFap. When will I start feeling the beneficial superpowers? So 6A, you just got into it where you're 6 days in. I mean, you're 10 days in. Every single person is different. I can't tell you how perceptive you are of your own energy. First of all, everybody exudes energy in a different way. Now, with that being said, if you know you're a very powerful person, a very spiritual person, exudes a lot of light, then it's easier for you to pretty much internalize that energy that you're starting to get. But if you're not somebody who's very perceptive of your own energy yet, or even if you are aware, I would say this: keep on holding out, man. Get up to 30 days. I'm very perceptive of my energy. And on top of that, you want to know how highly sexed are you. You got to be able to gauge how highly sexed you are. Do you have a very strong libido? If you don't, then you may not understand your own energy. I have a highly strong libido. I'm highly sexed. Highly motherfucking sexed. And on top of me being highly sexed, I'm able to perceive those energies. So for me, a lot of the times, let's say I relapse, right? I go see my shorty or something and I relapse. And I usually will dread it the first 4 or 5 days in terms of like, oh man. But when you start to feel it recirculating back through your body, I usually say about after 2 weeks. So a lot of the times it depends on how much you drain yourself, and it also depends on how sexual and highly sexualized you are. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to feel those energies, and once you start to feel them, then you can start to know where and how you're able to utilize those. Hey man, appreciate you, Steven, man. Real shit. Said, my bad, homie. I ain't even know I blocked you, my nigga, or whatever the fuck I did. He said 6-8, give it 33 days for the energy to start moving upwards into your chakras. Yep. Microcosmic orbit. Yep. You can also speed the process up by doing spinal breathing. Yeah, you got to be able to know your body, man. Patrick even said he's Leo moon. Okay, so that means he's a Mars in Cancer then. Or you're a Leo moon. But you want to be able to know your body, man. You want to be able to know your body. I cannot stress that enough. Our ancestors always said, know thyself. You got to start to know who you are. You got to know and how to listen to your body. You got to feel your body. You got to get in tune with your body. A lot of the reasons why you are even interested in NoFap or got into NoFap is because your body kept trying to tell you something. So the journey doesn't stop there. You want to keep on going forward, man. You know, it doesn't. All right. What the fuck is going on? All right, we back. I don't know what the fuck happened. Somebody probably tried to call me. I got my phone, do not disturb. So to answer your question, Boca, there's going to be a lot of days when you're only on day 5. But the more you keep going into this, you'll see that your energy is going to be very, 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 very powerful. And you're going to see that you're going to be like, damn, nigga, am I on coke? You like, nigga, what the fuck, nigga? Why I'm on 36 hours, nigga? What the fuck, right? You want to do everything that you can physically exhaust yourself, as well as channel that energy into creative things. You know the term that they say everybody got the same 24 hours as everybody else, right? Utilize those times to put yourself ahead in terms of things that you know you should have been doing before, that you always wanted to do and you never found the time. You utilize it then. Go work out. Go be out in nature. Read. Mentally exhaust your mind in terms of learning and acquiring knowledge. Try to learn something new. Mentally exhaust yourself in terms of learning new things and giving yourself knowledge. it's kind of like one of those situations where you be like, man, I need to go to sleep. And then you might read a book and you start falling asleep. You like, damn, this book boring. But, you know, or you might find yourself in a situation where you just reading and you might, yeah, I'm tired now. But if somebody call you, your ass back up. You like, shit. And then especially if somebody calling you, they talking some turned up shit, right? You want to physically utilize that energy, go hiking, work out, right? Do all those things. And then you want to also pursue things that you knew you should have been pursuing or wanted to pursue for yourself. You know, you want to utilize that time to do things like that, man. Because like I say, the thing about what this energy is showing you is that everybody got the same 24 hours in a day. What you do with it determines how far you get ahead. So while motherfuckers sleep, you could be doing things that why put off things for tomorrow that you can do today? You know, that's pretty much how that goes, man. Michael P said, what are your thoughts on reincarnation? Reincarnation is a very real thing, man, because you got to remember, man, we're all energy, man. Energy never dies. But what happens is this. Based on your desires, you reincarnate. Based on your desires, you reincarnate. Now, I can't speak for everybody, but I can only speak for myself. This is my last time here. This is my last time here. I'm on a path doing everything that I'm supposed to do. When you get to a space where you learn to, when you get to a space where you don't desire no more, and you got the opportunity to have everything you want, then you will be able to not have to come back here and reincarnate into the earthly realm, into this particular dimension. You reincarnate based on your desires or lessons that you have not learned. So if you come down here learning the lessons that you were supposed to learn, and everybody innately knows what lesson they're supposed to learn. A lot of that is tied to you knowing what your purpose is, consciously knowing what your purpose is. And you will be surprised, the clients I get, you will be surprised how many people don't know what their purpose is. And there's nothing wrong with that because everybody at some point in time has to learn to wake up, right? But once you know what your purpose is, you start to wake up and you start to understand exactly who you are, and what you're here to do. Now, why is it that I say that you incarnate based on your desires? Case in point, right? I do astrology, and I do astrology for every single, man, you can do astrology for everything. But when I do astrology for children, right? I do children's natal charts for the parents. What a lot of people don't realize that the child is, and if you may not know it, I'm going to tell you exactly occult meaning of what your child is. Your child is your walking, breathing karma, your strengths and your weaknesses, the consciousness at the time that you conceived the child at its inception. That's what your child is. They're your walking, breathing karma. They're everything. They're the consciousness that you were at that point. And consciousness travels through time, through the womb, and comes back in the interface with you. That's exactly what a child is. Now, I don't have children. I don't want children. Because children still buying you here. Now, that's my particular perspective of the occult in terms of what children are. They buying you here. Why do I say they bind you here? Because when most people think of dying, whether they think of dying at the last moment, let's say some crazy shit happens at the impact, or you have a long drawn out death. I can't speak for everybody, but I've been able to motherfucking have opportunities to leave this planet. And I'm not talking about from death. I'm talking about from shooting straight up out this motherfucker. And the opportunities that I had felt like some butterfly effect shit where you can tell everything is about to, you be like, and then the thing that usually happens where you have to train your mind is to remember that you're not a human. Because when you have the opportunity to leave, you start thinking like a human at that point and be like, well, people are going to miss me. People are going to be looking for me. They're going to be wondering where I'm at. And you think about all these things and you keep on forgetting that you're not a fucking human. You're a spirit having a human experience. And it's the trigger. And you have to remember that. And that is the funniest and the weirdest thing about it. So I have these opportunities where I can, and then I have to remember, like, okay, the part of the desires that can trick you into come back here is, oh, well, I didn't finish doing what I wanted to do. I didn't finish doing this. I didn't get to marry my girl. I didn't get to do this. All those things are desires that makes you reincarnate. Okay? So when people say, what do you mean by reincarnate? How does desire has to do with reincarnation? Nigga, I'm trying to put you on a cult game. I'm an occultist. That's what it means. Your desires is why you will reincarnate, okay? Very tricky thing that the Matrix has you in, but that's exactly what it is. And what up there, everybody jumping in this motherfucker? Keep on hitting that motherfucking thumbs up. Keep on hitting that motherfucking thumbs up, man. Fuck with me. This is my first live in this bitch, so I want to interact with everybody so they can know what's up. When I jump on the page, let's get it. How do you control temptation and distractions? That's the funny thing about it is this, right? You got to look at it in so many different ways. Temptation and distraction. Now think about this. Think about this. This may freak some of y'all out because it's hard to think about, but it's so weird. In the occult, this is called the gross dimension, okay? Why is it called the gross dimension? It's because you're in the most physical of physical, lowest of lowest vibrational that spiritual life in terms of this essence can be on in terms of consciousness, the way it is, right? Now just think about this. Now now this is why we call this whole thing is called Maya. We're in a dimension of glamour. We're in a dimension of illusions, okay? Now, we're in the physical reality of something that's very temporary, right? Now, think about this. For the fellas in this motherfucker, think about the baddest bitches that you'll see in your life, right? Now, just think about this. I want you to think about this. It's just weird, but I want you to think about this. Everybody has a skin flesh suit, right? Imagine what that person will look like if they tear off the skin. All the skin is tore off. You know when you look in biology and anatomy class, right? And you just got motherfucking veins and fucking energies, cords running up through your fucking body. Energy cords and blood streams and fucking eyes that look crazy. Take away the lips and all that shit. All you see is the teeth like just the baddest woman that you'll think, right? They all look the same without the illusion of the skin, right? They will look, you would be turned off if you see the chick that is the baddest of the baddest, right? And she has no skin on. And you be like, what the fuck is this shit? And it will show you the real reality of what's underneath, not what's on the apparent. So you'll realize when you hear certain terms, it's not beauty is skin deep. Beauty is underneath the skin. It's the inner beauty, right? And that's what really, really, really ultimately matters, right? But when you look at the illusions of the world, everything has an elusive quality to it until you learn to realize that all of the shit is not what you think it is. Now, let me tell you something. I can't speak for everybody, but I have the ability to manifest whatever I want. A lot of people have the ability to start to manifest things, but the thing about manifestation that everybody don't think about. Now, when you're initiated into the occult and you deal with magic and you deal with rituals, one of the things that people don't think about, because they only think about what they want, is they don't think about, okay, how do I facilitate this and how do I keep this or how do I maintain this thing that I wanted to manifest? Okay, now that I manifest that, what's going to happen now? Because everything changes, of course, but people don't think that far ahead. Okay? That right there is a occult 101 little game. Most people think about what they want to manifest, but they don't know how to keep the shit. They don't know what to do with it once they get it. Okay? They know what they want it for, but they don't know what the fuck comes with it. Okay? Now, I bring that up to you for a reason because when you're dealing with manifestation, a lot of the times when you get what you want, you'll realize there's something that you left out. You'll be like, damn, I didn't think about that in detail. I didn't think about that. And it'll be something very crucial that you did not see, or something that you didn't think was that crucial. And it will be that crucial. Now, why do I bring that up? I bring that up because I want you to understand that this whole realm is illusions. Back to the question on reincarnation, this whole realm is illusions. Now, I bring up the fact that I can manifest whatever I want. And you will say, well, if you can manifest whatever you want, why don't you have this? Why don't you want that? Because less is more. That's the occult secret, motherfucker. Less is more. If you think about the way the human existence is, the human spends his whole life trying to put everything in a box. You buy a fucking house, a box. A plot of land, a box. Motherfuckers try to keep motherfuckers' minds in a box. Motherfuckers trying to keep motherfuckers in cycles, and it's about 361 out of all that shit, spiral out of all of that shit. And when you realize that you release yourself, when you release yourself from the idea of having to control things or obtain things or put things in a box, any of those desires, you realize that less is more. Not saying don't acquire things, but also know that it's temporary. It's not even fucking real. What's real is that you're playing a fucking game. And the game that you're playing is getting closer to your dreams. You want to get closer to your purpose more than anyway. Anything that you do is about obtaining confirmation that you're getting closer to your dreams. That is exactly what this is about. Everything else is an illusion to keep you here. Ooh, don't you want to buy new fucking shoes that just came out already? Don't you want to buy the newest this? Don't you want that? Don't you want that? Everything around you is advertising. And the thing about it is, when you get to a space where you can be comfortable with none of that shit, then that's when you will feel bliss, Jose. We want to feel bliss. You get to feel bliss when you are be able to relinquish control of everything and feel at peace with just who you are, and know that the only thing that's real is the mind. You know, if you understand the Kabbalion lays it out so simple. The universe is mental. All is mental. So if you can find peace at a mental state, no matter where you are on your journey in life, and you learn to observe things from that space, then you'll understand that the only thing you need is your mind. And as long as you can be content with having your mind and moving around with just your mind, you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? So let's see, man. So many motherfuckers. Let me go through the questions. Okay, bro. What means Cancer as moon sign? What means Cancer as moon sign? Well, the moon rules Cancer in terms of astrology wise. And so that's what goes back to your question, Manny, about how you control temptation. It's all fake. The only thing that's real is your mind, so you want to discipline your mind. What up, Patty? How do we interpret our dreams? Now, this is one of the things about dreams I've been telling people lately. A lot of people don't do this, but you want to be able to write down your dreams as soon as you get up in the morning. Now, every single person is different. Every single person is different. What helps you also understand in terms of the way you dream or the context that you dream is you want to be able to know where your Neptune is in your chart. But when you're talking about dreams, write down your dreams when you get up in the morning. Write down your dreams. It'll show you how weird the universe is in terms of the universe only talks to you through signs, symbols, and situations. The universe only talks to you through signs, symbols, and situations. That's what you want to get to. You want to understand that that's the way the universe talks to you. Now, you take that in consideration of how those energies made you feel. Then it's great to get into animal totems and understanding the symbology of animal totems. And then you go on your way doing your research and understand how to put things together. A book that I highly recommend, or books that I do recommend people get, is learning how to understand archetypical energy. Archetypes is everything. The universe speaks to you on the highest occult level, which is signs, symbols, and situations. You know, the universe is not going to give you a dream, or you're not going to have a dream and then, like, for example, I've been having a reoccurring dream over the last 2-3 weeks. In the dream, I get bit by an alligator. The alligator just clamped onto my arm, but it doesn't hurt. So I'm just going about my day, and there's a fucking alligator on my arm, right? That is something for me to interpret, because, one, the only time I truly have dreams, for me, I'm a former weed pot smoker, but I quit smoking pot for like the last 3 months, right? Now, one of the things that's funny about it is that I never dream too much until I always cultivate my chi. I usually don't start having dreams until I'm about the first weekend on cultivating my chi, cultivating my semen. Every time I may relapse, I'll go back to having dreams. Now they're vivid. I'm a 12th house stellium person, you know? So those dreams are very vivid. And I'm not a water sign person, but I got everything in water sign houses. I got fire and water houses. And what that means is that in those houses is where I find the inspiration, or I find ways to be inspired. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ways it comes up. So take time to understand symbology, understand animal totems, get into understanding that archetypes is something that you want to get into. Understanding archetypical situations as well. Those are going to help you out. Let's see. Thank you, bro, because I've been working out so much, bro. I really feel like I'm on drugs. But you're right. I'm an artist. I'm gonna channel it. You better, especially when you got sexual energy, channel that shit into your creative energy and work that shit out all night, nigga. Write music all night. Find avenues to utilize that sexual energy, because it's all the same. It's creative energy. It's all the same. I've been smoking a lot of weed last days while doing no fap, but I feel tired sometimes. But weed's so nice. Listen, man, there's nothing wrong with you smoking weed on no fap, man. One thing is you want to listen to your body. Utilize the way to stay creative. If you need to rest, you need to rest. You probably exhausted the fuck out your body, and your body's trying to recalibrate. Trust me, when your body's trying to recalibrate, you go through periods of sleeping. You know what I'm saying? I exhausted myself. When you on no fap, I tell niggas, you might go 30 fucking hours without sleeping, nigga. I just got back from Miami, nigga. I was out there turned up all fucking yesterday. Drove back. Been up. Now I'm fucking sleeping. Now I'm sleeping like a motherfucker. Well, I just woke up right before I did this live, so that's why I'm looking all fucking dry. I just woke up, but I feel invigorated, my nigga. You feel me? Said opinion on fasting. I'm currently doing 1 meal a day and fasting water. That's real good, man. That's what I'm getting back to. I just had a meal. It's Friday, so I usually treat myself on Friday, but I'm getting back to that myself, bro. Especially when you on no fap, it feels so much better, because what happens is this: when you on no fap, intermittent fasting is real good, because the longer that you go on no fap, your body doesn't require you to eat as much either, because your body, remember, your fucking semen is vitality. It's life. It's vitality. And the longer you keep on going, your body disperses that energy through, your body. So when you on no fap, your body utilizes that semen and it disperses it through the body. It gives it life, so it doesn't need to leech on something else outside of it. It has its own homeostasis system. And as long as it can regulate the system, one meal a day is very good, man. And I'm getting back to that. Today's Friday, so I just turned up. But then I also dabble. First of all, I used to be vegan for 10 years, so I do everything, man. I might eat good one day, and the next day I might not eat nothing. I might fast. Intermittent fasting, man. Just whatever works for your body. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you. A lot of the times you'll feel like you're not even hungry when you're on no fap and you go some days in, because it's utilizing the body's energy, and it's dispersing and regulating everything in his body. Because you got to remember, you got fucking life in your balls. So if you got life in your balls, and then you utilize the fact that your semen, your zinc, your selenium, your manganese, all this energy is going right back through your body. It's redirecting it right back to your body, and it's giving it the vital nutrients that it needs. This is why when you find yourself maybe busting nuts, right? You will be hungry as fuck after, because you're trying to find a way to replenish things in your body. You like, I'm hungry as fuck. Because now you're hungry now because your body is depleted of its nutrients. Simple and plain. You know what I'm saying? Rashad said, can we still smoke weed? I feel like let me see. Let me go back now. How to find your purpose. So Rajab, how to find your purpose, I always give my clients this simple thing. And you gotta know, you may be able to answer this right away, you may not. You may need to ponder on it. And if you gotta ponder on it, there's nothing wrong. But understand this. Whatever you come to conclusion with, that's the seed. That's not the full answer. That's the seed. It's not the fucking tree with the flowers and the fruit yet. It's just the seed. That's gonna get you there. And that question is this: what would you do every day if you never got paid for it? What would you love to do every day if you never got paid for it? What would you love to do every day if you never got paid for it? If you never received $1 for it? Then that's how you know where the fuck you're supposed to be going on your path. Excuse me. That's some occult shit. Ain't nobody gonna tell you that. You got to know. That's some shit that you got to do the work, and you got to go seek and go on the path for it. If you understand the universe, everything's about going on the path. You got to know that. Something simple as that. Maybe because I smoke too much, they said. A lot of times we believe we want something, but the reality is we want the feeling. Exactly, Jose. Real shit. Can we still smoke reefer shot? You can smoke and do whatever you want. You a grown ass man. It's not about no religious or dogmatic standpoint with any of this shit. That's another thing I want to do a video on, is there's no dogmatic way to look at no fab or anything this way. Don't let nobody tell you. That's why a real nigga coming in to give y'all the game on shit. Ever since I started seeing retention, the number 44 keeps popping up everywhere. Do you know what that means? I see 44 all the time, man. I see 44. I see 321, 231. You got to go on a path. See, let me tell you another thing, man. Our ancestors always said wisdom and knowledge is best reserved for those who go and seek it. So seek it out, man. You got to know what it means. The universe is trying to talk to you. I gave you the clues. The universe speaks to you through signs, symbols, and situations. Now you got to go and do the work. And it's going to benefit you when you go on that path yourself to see why. 1111 a lot. Yeah, all of that. It's the gateway. It's a portal to consciousness. It's to understanding. It's for you to go through. What is it like to smoke DMT? I want to try it and see things. I'm going to say this, Matthew. DMT is lit. Now, if you've never did mushrooms, I would say don't jump to DMT just yet if you never did mushrooms. I would say that. The only reason why I say that, because I've been doing this shit before motherfuckers was really on that shit at all. I'm talking about 2000. Back in 2000, 2001, 2002. For real. Especially as a black man. So imagine a nigga doing this shit. Niggas weren't doing that shit like that, right? So that's what I was doing back then. Now, I say if you never did mushrooms, then don't do DMT yet. It's just another level. It's really, imagine how weird your dreams are when you're dreaming. Now, imagine to consciously be able to feel like that, but to see colors you never seen, to see energies and entities you never seen. That is a whole nother motherfucking realm, but it's lit. You get the secrets of the universe, my nigga. You start to get the secrets of the universe in that hole. You know what I'm saying? You get the secrets of the universe, man. And that shit is lit, my nigga. I can't tell you exactly how you're gonna feel, but I can say, if you never did mushrooms, don't do DMT yet. I would definitely say that. I had a dream I got bit by a female lion. Patrick Avery, hey, he got bit by that pussy. He got bit by that motherfucking pussy. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that dream, my nigga. My dreams lately have been either fighting or spending time with certain family members. Yeah, we in Cancer season, Kathy. What up, Shawty? I see you in this motherfucker. Yeah, we in Cancer season. So you got to understand that's exactly what everything is dealing with, the family. Now, let me do say this. When we're talking about Cancer energy, right? Me and my show was talking about this shit last night. What most people don't realize is that every single time the sun goes through a sign at its ingress point, that is where the sun is going to shine and highlight on exactly what you're supposed to be focused on, or what will be focused on whether you want to or not, right? Now, when the sun is in Cancer, that's when you see everybody focusing on family, or you may see motherfuckers more in their feelings, more emotional. Motherfuckers might one minute be crying, next minute be happy. Next minute want to eat, be hungry. Want to sleep the next goddamn minute. You see all the things of Cancer being highlighted. Domestic issues. You might got in a fight with your family. All type of shit, right? Now, the thing about it that's important is because the occult message that Cancer has to learn in this lifetime, if you are a Cancer, or the area where there's Cancer at in your chart, Cancer has to learn to forget and release, okay? That's where you're supposed to learn to forget and release. You got to release the baggage in that area. Emotional baggage, all of that shit. You got to let it go. Now, wherever Cancer is in your chart, you have to learn that's where you got to let emotional baggage go. It might even mean you got to let motherfuckers go. Because Cancer is women. So for a male, right, I got Cancer in my 11th house. That might mean you gotta let certain women go. The universe trying to show you shit, right? We got 5 planets in retrograde. You want to understand that, right? That's what it's about. Now, back to what Kathy was saying, she said my dreams have been either fighting or spending time with certain family members. Those are going to be the areas where she has to realize, okay, I got to make a definitive stance on which family members I really truly like or want to heal and you know, close up a bond that's been, you know, strained. And you got to deal with that, and then you move on, because once you get to Leo season, the whole point of letting the baggage go of Cancer season is so now that you let the motherfucking baggage go, you can utilize your ego and redefine who you are and learn to channel that energy, right? You let the baggage go. Now it's back to knowing who you are, loving who you are, creating a new environment for yourself in terms of healthy ego and expression. Because guess what Leo is? Expression, creative energy, right? Now that you let the baggage go, I can freely express myself. I want to express myself for who I am, right? Not with pride and boastful nature, but you want to truly do it, because Leo's energy is about, if I'm going to get attention, I'm going to make sure that it's worthwhile. So you want to just clean up who you are and feel better about yourself and expressing yourself. That's what that's about. You see what I'm saying? Exactly what that's about. Let's see. What made you get started in semen retention? So with me, I've been doing this shit for, I would say 7 years. But what happened back then, there was not even a term for that. So what I try to show dudes is this. What y'all are trying to do with semen retention and nofap is the first step to understanding Tantra. So this is why I try to tell niggas it's Tantra. You're just in the entry stages. You're in the beginner stage of Tantra. Now, back when I started Tantra, I thought that it was just strictly about sex. But as with anything, if you only know how to understand it on the surface level, then you won't really understand the roots of it, right? It's like an example. Like, you can be a motherfucking nigga who got all the tools to fix cars, but if you're not passionate about cars, then it won't make you understand that when you driving down the street and you can hear a sound in the car and you really fix cars, you be like, yeah, that's that. Yeah, you might want to check that. And the dude might be like, how you know that? Like, I can feel it, man. You know, I can feel the car, man. I can feel it, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that right there, man. It's driving a little off, man. That's going to be that. Damn, how you know that's that? Without even looking at it. I can feel it, man. I've been doing this my life. I love cars, man. You know what I'm saying? That type of vibe. That's exactly what it is, right? Now, when I understood exactly what Tantra was, I took this to the next level, because it was something that the reason why people are fucking with my channel is because niggas is understanding semen retention. But what I'm trying to tell niggas is that what you're really getting into is Tantra, and you're only dealing with the immediate entry level stages, which is the first stages is seeing if you even could make the cut. Making the cut for Tantra is being able to know that you can hold your own goddamn cum and semen without even fucking yet, without even have some pussy bouncing off your goddamn dick. So imagine what being a sex god is about. You got to be that disciplined, first of all, and it starts with your mind. And then on the occult level, Tantra, on so many levels, everything that we're down here about is about alchemy. So it's still about being able to go to the next levels of alchemy. Okay, so on the highest level, we're talking alchemy. For the masses of the basic people who are getting into this thing, it's about just being able to hold your motherfucking semen, nigga, and not be addicted to fucking porn. But it's deeper than that. And there's so many stages that you got to go through, and it's a path. So the reason why you got a nigga like me who can tell you how it is, because I've been walking this path. I've been walking this path. That's what separates my channel from these other motherfuckers. So when other people, not to take nothing away from them, but this is some real nigga shit. And I'm putting niggas on game. I ain't glossing it up. That's why when people who come to my channel, they hear a real nigga talking. I'm not on this motherfucker like, hey guys, welcome to my YouTube page. Check this out. I went 500 days without pussy. Nah, nigga. I'm telling you straight up. Look, man. You're getting into Tantra. If you holding your semen for X amount of days, cool. But understand what comes next. Yes, because you'll eventually want pussy. So Tantra is the guide to the esoteric and occult approach to understanding how you can even be equivalent to the female in terms of her sexual nature. But you got to know that this is a motherfucking dance and a war in terms of sexual energy. Now, why do I say that? Because if you understand that the woman's nature is to be able to easily drain your motherfucking energy, you got to be able to withstand that and know that your whole point of getting into Tantra is to be able to get all the pussy you want and be able to conquer that pussy and not bust. That's what makes you a sex guy. Now, there's going to be times you're going to bust. Hey, real shit. That's the dance. It's just like a fight. You know what I'm saying? You might get punched in the face one time, but shit, you all right. You going to bounce back. But that's the beautiful thing about this motherfucking dance. It's a tantric, sexual, sensual dance. You know what I'm saying? I just hit 30 days of no fap and semen retention day. Hey, that's what's up, Pro Joker. I've been busting nuts since 14. It's time to hold the nut. And that's like a lot of motherfuckers, right? Motherfuckers been doing that shit. Now they realize, wow, yeah, it's about time I change because I gotta do something different. You gotta understand, man, there's a psychological mind fuck going on. There's shit that's going on a deeper level than you will ever know. You're being harnessed for your sexual energy and you don't even know. Where you think this energy goes, you don't even know where the fuck it's going. You just like, yo, where's this energy going? You don't know, dog. This shit is deep, dog. You getting harnessed, your energy is getting harnessed on another level. And you don't even know it. Your sexual energy is getting used if you're not using it, dog. That's why sex is everywhere for motherfuckers to either be able to utilize that shit. I can definitely tell you with no fap, I don't need as much sleep as the times I relapse. Exactly. You got time now to go out here and motherfucking do what you do. What about when your body gets hot all of a sudden? I'm not sure what's going on with you, nigga. Turn the AC up, my boy. If you relapse, you should take zinc and selenium. Yep, zinc and selenium. Yep, very vital. I love to be in the sun. Damn right, be in the sun. What do you think happens when we die? Think about this, Southside. This is why I want people to understand the way the universe is set up. And I want you to understand that the universe speaks to you through signs, symbols, and situations. Keep this in mind. Everything is everything. You die every motherfucking night when you go to sleep. Everything around you shows you that. Okay? The sun rises. The moon, the ever feminine essence is always going to be there at night. You go back to the primordial feminine essence. You die at night to only be reborn in the morning. Every day you see that happening around you. You see it happening around you. You're no different than that around you. Everything that you see going on is trying to speak to you, and you have to be open to seeing it. You have to know that that's exactly what it is. So when you die, you never die. I died and came back twice. Just as quick as you blink your motherfucking eyes, you arrive in a new dimension, a new state of consciousness, a new plane of existence. When you go to sleep at night, you're dead. And you don't even know you're dead until you come back. You would never even know you were dead until you come back. Please understand that. Please understand that. Man, he said, big up from Toronto. What up, Toronto and this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? How could we astral project? In order to astral project, man, first of all, you need to be able to get in touch with who you are as a person. Your mind has to be on another level, dog. And tell you the truth, astral projection is something a lot more, how can I say? It's a lot more harder than you think. Because what requires is you to be able to understand that this world is not even what it is. You got to not look at the world the way you see it, first of all. You can't look at the world the way you see it and think that you're going to be able to astral project. Because the world that you think that you're living in, it's not even real, bro. You got to see shit from a different level. You got to be like, yeah, this is not the real world. And you got to start to think otherworldly for you to even understand that. You got to start to think on another level to even understand that this is not the real world. And your mind has to know that for you to even look at ways to astral project in many different ways. It starts like that. You cannot even think the same way. So your thinking has to change. You can't look at this world and say, oh, all right, well, I think I want to go to a fucking another dimension right now and start to try to astral project. You got to motherfucking be thinking outside of this world to even grasp the concept of what astral projection is. Same way with lucid dreaming. You got to start to think that the world is not real anyway. So when you go to sleep, you don't alarm yourself and wake up and say, wow, I'm flying. And then you get so excited in your dream that you be like, wow, I'm flying. Hold up, I'm not supposed to be flying. Then you wake up. You got the motherfucking goddamn already be thinking on another goddamn level. Southside said, what books or videos do you suggest about Tantra? So when it comes to Tantra, right, one of the best books I always suggest that I put in the little avatar. Now, to understand what Tantra is, you have to do your own research on that. But a book that I always suggest is a great book that was written by this white lady. Her name is Marnia Robinson. And the thing about this book that's very interesting is that it's more about the relationship between the feminine and the masculine dynamics to understand. It's not even about the fucking and the techniques, because that ain't what it's about. And keep in mind, somebody asked me earlier, why did I get in semen retention? I told them it was because I've been doing Tantra. And for 7 years, but when you do certain and you only understand the mechanical function of it, but you don't really understand the basis of it in terms of its historical importance or spiritual importance, then it will make more sense. That's the conduit that you need, right? That's what that's about. So it's really about understanding it. And then that's only, this right here, me being an occultist, this book right here is just only helps confirm what I learned in the occult. Now, this book right here is a book that I will always suggest. Now, yeah, you can go and buy Montauk Shields books and all stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, great books. Now, another thing I want to bring up since we're talking about the books real quick is this. A lot of people may have heard of the Way Superior Man book by David Guida. Great book, excellent book. But let me say this, though. You wouldn't even understand that book until you start doing semen retention. If you reading that motherfucking book and think you can apply that shit without doing semen retention, you already lost. If you're thinking that you can apply that book without understanding that you got to practice Tantra to understand that book, you think you understand it because you're reading and it's talking about women. Nigga, you're not even going to motherfucking understand it until you do motherfucking semen retention. And I'm going to do a motherfucking video on that at some point in time. Might do one this weekend. So, yeah. Said, how would you explain the female attraction phenomenon? I experienced it on every street. It's like magic. Exactly. So you got to understand also, and I'm gonna do a video on this too, so I'm not gonna touch too much into it, but I will say is this: everything around you is feminine. When you're on this motherfucking journey, that phenomena that you're understanding is that the women that are looking at you, everything is inverted. So this is occult shit. Keep in mind that when you're on this journey, this is where it's going to get very esoteric, and I'm going to go do a video on this, so I'm only going to keep it on the basics just so you can understand it. When you do that, what happens is this: the woman become attracted to you based on the fact that they can understand that you have some type of energy flowing through you they do not get from the average male. So they feel attracted to you even more. Yeah, you got pheromones. They can motherfucking pick up on that, but there's another deeper purpose to it, and I'm gonna do a video on that, and that's gonna blow motherfuckers out the water. So I'm gonna tell you in that live, but just understand that the opposites attract. So I'm gonna do a video on that. You know, I'm gonna do a video on that tomorrow. I appreciate that question, and I always tell motherfuckers give me questions so I can go ahead and do videos on that. How can we turn our sexual energy into creative energy? It's all one and the same thing, Nicholas. Your sexual energy, creative energy, and spiritual energy is all one and the same. You got to be the one to do that. You got to be the one to understand that little things like I gave you, little gems that I gave y'all on this live. What would you love to do every day if you never got fucking paid for it? That's a start. And to understanding where to direct that energy to. What would you do every day if you never got paid for it? That is one thing that you got to understand. Like he says, and I always tell motherfuckers, sexual energy is creative energy. So if you don't know what you should be doing with that sexual energy, that's why motherfuckers lose it a lot of times, because they ain't creating something. And if, trust me, if you were creating something that was worthwhile, you'll really try to hold on to that energy, because you'll see the difference. I'm a songwriter, I'm a rapper. I do all types of things. And I utilize that creative energy for that. It's very, very important that you got to understand. It's not something that you would want to lose like that. You'll see how valuable it is. Those are the times where your mind starts to align itself to where you can start to do genius things. You can start to think in a genius way. Now, yeah, we're gonna do. I got a lot of videos lined up. I let the videos ride for this week and a half, but I got a lot of shit coming. After how many days do you get attraction? What is your longest streak, and what is the attraction amongst them? Oh, he's talking to say. That's true. You heard about DMT? Yeah, Zan, too flat. Yeah, I've been on that shit, man. My mind is on another level. I astral projected just like that. Yeah. I was very sleepy when it happened. How can I fire bend? I don't know, Patrick. I don't know about fire bending. Jeffrey Willis said, I'm a big fan. Any advice for men 45 and up on semen retention? Plus, I am a Gemini. What up, Jeffrey? What up? So, any advice that I would tell any man, no matter your age, value your vitality. Now, I'm 33. And I wish I knew what I know now when I was 23. But I got Capricorn in the 5th house, so I kind of practiced it, but I didn't consciously practice it to go long streaks at the time. I didn't know the lot. I didn't know how to utilize that. I didn't have any awareness of that at the time. But just value your vitality. And on top of that, if you're going to buzz nuts, make it count. And understand sex magic. So if you're 45, I would say understand sex magic. Understand sex magic, so when you do release, you're making them count. And I'm going to do videos on that too. I'm going to go deeper into that. Definitely a dope book. Explains masculine and feminine. Yeah, polarization, exactly. How did your spiritual journey start? I know I'm asking a lot of questions. Nah, it's cool. That's why I'm doing a Q&A right now. You know what I'm saying? I never heard anything like this, and it's interesting. I've been spiritual my whole life, man. The path been started my whole life. You know, it's hard for me to explain it other than, you know, I knew I was destined for a certain path. And being destined for a certain type of path comes with responsibility, so I knew I had to just take everything how it was going to come to me. And I was kind of already aware. I'm very psychic. I'm very intuitive, man. Very psychic, man. And I didn't know these powers. So imagine not having the rites of passage when you grow up. For anybody, everybody got to see different powers, right? Imagine you got superpowers and you got spiritual gifts, but you didn't have a rites of passage program for you to be able to utilize that energy. So you got to go on that path to find it. And that's what it was. You see what I'm saying? That's what it was. More so in the many words. And then that path takes you along. You know, like I told you, it starts with a seed. That seed sprouts, it germinates, and then it grows into branches. Those branches branch out to create fruit. That's what knowledge and consciousness is. So to go on this path, that's what it was from day one. And I just had to go with that. So I've been spiritual and conscious my whole life. It's just that you got to go through series and series of awakenings. You see what I'm saying? Series of awakenings. You got to let go a lot of things to be really awake. Yeah, you got to walk faith. You got to know what's real out here, dog. This shit is not real, man. You got to know that, dog. Let me tell you, man, what's real is the wealth that you store up here. Okay? Once you can spiritually understand that this universe is not real, but you engage in it and you enjoy it only for its aesthetic purpose of why you're here. But other than that, you release this shit. And once you can get to a series of doing that, then you'll be all right, man. Yeah, so I didn't want to stay too long. When you going live again, I might go live tomorrow. I wanted to do 1 hour of the question and answer. So, you know, I appreciate everybody jumping in this motherfucker. I'm going to go live tomorrow probably. Or I might do some videos and upload videos tomorrow. Because it's the city. You know, I'm in the A. There's a lot of shit going on this weekend. We'll see. Might go to the studio. I don't know. But what I will do is I'll do some more lives. But I wanted to say I appreciate everybody, man. Continue to let motherfuckers know, man. We about to go up on my page, dog. Because I know everybody ain't putting out the game like this on my page, man. And my page is for real motherfuckers, dog. That's what my page is for. My page is for the real. You see what I'm saying? My page ain't for pussy motherfuckers who might be like, hey, why you curse so much? Nigga, I'm a motherfucking real nigga. I just happen to be an occultist. And the way that the universe is setting things up, this is the way you're supposed to give motherfuckers information now. You see what I'm saying? You can't be giving motherfuckers information in that old standard way. My Jupiter in Aquarius. So I got to give niggas the information in the real way. You see what I'm saying? Real ass shit. This ain't, I'm a man's man. So if you can't get with the message and you weren't too much about what the messenger look like, how the messenger talk and not getting the message, then this shit ain't for you. Then you definitely ain't ready for the motherfucking occult. Let me tell you that. That's why even the fucking Bible say don't cast pearls to swine. Goofy ass motherfuckers who be saying goofy ass shit. And I know it probably be some of the hating ass motherfuckers who be thumbing down my shit because I'm coming through giving the game, popping up on the scene. But that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Zan saying he in Atlanta too. That's what's up. Caught this live last minute, but new to your channel. I'm liking the content. Appreciate you, Boosh Ninja. Yeah, dig. No fat for life, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be doing that, and I tell people if you need readings, just hit me up. I'll send you my rates, and you know what I mean. I'll get you a chart. I'll give you a chart reading. Put you on game. So I appreciate everybody tuning in to this motherfucker, man. And if y'all have any questions, just inbox me all that shit, man. So we gonna get to it.